Okay. Um, Last session, we started off with Gustav discovering his powers that lay dormant inside of him with a strange, scaly, insectoid-like arm, chitinous. Fighting two New Dawn acolytes with the aid of Philia, trying to avenge the loss of Adela. But things did not go exactly as they planned. Philia was impaled by one of the long swords of the New Dawn acolytes and fell in battle. Gustav, in his rage, just barely managed to dissect these two New Dawn acolytes, but was not able to save Philia before he passed out, leading to her death. Cinder, Teak, and Eric, still hungover from a long night before, were a ways behind, and eventually they came upon the gruesome scene of these two dead New Dawn acolytes, and Gustav and Philia passed out on the street. After a quick examination, they were able to determine that Philia had unfortunately passed on to the other side. Could she be saved? Potentially. Without much thought, they grabbed both of them and ran towards Destrian's shop, where they found the old man and asked for aid. Not knowing exactly what to do, Destrian gave them a couple options. With time, he could maybe find someone to help, but chances are it wouldn't be anytime soon, and who knows if it would even happen. And the other option was a little bit more costly. Not knowing exactly what the costs were, the group decided that it was for the best to bring Philia back no matter the cost. And in doing so, Destrian passed on and Philia came back, stabilized but unconscious. After a long day of defeat and sorrow, the group kind of went about their business until later on at night they decided to take Destrian's body out and give him a proper burial. And it's pretty much at this point that we return to the group back at the Crafty Dragon. They had a short conversation with Cassius about what best to do next, and your guys' last plan was to take Philia and Eric, who are waiting back at the Crafty Dragon, and make your way to the Iron Candle Tavern for the night, and hope that Philia recovers, and to lay low and try and solve the case of Susanna Wyvernspear and her disappearance. And we'll pick up with Gustav, Cinder, and Teak just returning to the Crafty Dragon.
What do we see?
I mean, when you guys return, you see not much downstairs. Eric is sitting upstairs with Philia, who has been put in the bed by Gustav prior, and that's about it. They're just waiting there for you.
Head upstairs. We're back. How is she, Eric?
Her condition hasn't changed.
I suppose that's better than getting worse. Should we all head over to the Iron Candle then?
How do we take Philly?
Eric, you recall last week that in your wise words of wisdom that you said that you had made Philia look like your young sister before by wrapping her up in a blanket, and you could do so again.
Oh, 1 second. He'll try and make her look like his sister.
Yeah, you kind of pick Philia up and coddle her a bit in this blanket, and can only see about her face. It looks like she may just be sleeping rather than anything suspicious.
He'll gently pick her up then. Did anyone leave any things behind?
Not that I recall.
Eric will hand his suitcase over to Gustav, be like, here, I'll carry Philia.
Alright. Should we lock up or something?
I think that's the best idea. Yeah, he'll just follow Gustav down and then wait for Gustav to lock up.
Okay. So you guys take your leave of the crafty dragon. The last time you may see this place in some time, and as you make your way out, you look back and just think over the things that have happened for the past day, but move on and make your way as a group towards the Iron Candle Tavern, where you guys may still have rooms booked, but I don't think you've paid for your next night yet.
I don't think so.
Walk up to
is everyone else there?
Yeah, everyone else is with you.
Okay, cool.
You walk up to Erder Cinder. He's standing at the bar as usual, somewhat distracted with his customers. It's another busy night at the Iron Candle. Seems like it's always pretty busy in there.
Erder, my friend.
Ah! Hello there, friend. How do you?
Very well. I don't suppose you've got our rooms kept? Seems pretty busy in here.
Ah! Well, the Allfather keeps me quite busy, but I figured a lot of you might be back tonight for another night. I've got your rooms, if you've got the coin.
Aye, we got the coin. Just curious. Is there any sort of discount for booking more than one night?
Well, that depends. Depends on how many nights we're talking. If it's just a few nights, then most likely not. But if you're looking to book a week at a time, he'll give you a small discount.
Oh, right. Maybe just a night for now and then reevaluate what we're doing tomorrow.
Alright then. Same arrangements.
Same ones, yeah.
Yeah, he thinks for a second, and then he's like, you see he's doing some math in his head. Like, 2 rooms, 5 of you, right?
Aye, 5.
Okay, great. Believe we made a deal for 2 gold pieces. That's without the food.
Oh, Maybe include the food then.
Alright. And, well, we'll say, 2 gold pieces and 3 silver.
Hand over the coin.
Yeah, he quickly grabs it from you and stuffs it in a pouch that he keeps at his side. Alright then. I trust you know where the rooms are, or should I show you again?
I would be able to take it from here.
Wonderful. Well, may the All-Father's blessing guide you.
I give him a little nod. And then go back to my friends.
Yeah. You make your way back to the group and you guys have your lodgings for the night. What would you all like to do?
I think we should probably just turn in. Same arrangements as before, Cinder.
Aye, same ones. Same rooms as well. Shouldn't have any trouble finding them.
Will you be alright looking after Philia yourself, Teak?
Teek's just gonna.
Let us know if she changes anything, you know?
Teek's just gonna kind of absent-mindedly nod, and she's gonna immediately start walking towards the room, like not saying anything.
Eric's gonna go with Teak, but then he's gonna turn back to Gustav and be like, before you go to sleep, let me check your arm.
Alright.
And then he'll tap Teak on the shoulder and then try and smile and take her to her room.
Creepy stalker alert.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
That's me.
Teak and Eric make their way upstairs. Eric, are you taking Philia with you then, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. Just leaving Cinder and Gustav downstairs. You guys gonna grab any food or anything, or just go straight to your room?
Probably check with Erder and see if we can take the food to the room.
Yeah, I mean, you have a brief discussion with Erder, and they can definitely bring the food up to your room.
Well, that was a bit of a rough day.
Yeah, it's putting it mildly. Got through it though.
Yeah. I think the other one's not taking it so well.
Taking Eric.
Aye.
Probably haven't seen stuff like that. Seems to be Teek's first real goodbye.
Yeah. She seems quite innocent, that one. For, somebody that claws things to death.
Yeah. She's tough though. She'll be alright.
So, what do we do exactly when, if you know, Philia wakes up and she's somebody she wasn't. Destrian was saying that those sort of things could happen, you know.
To be honest, I haven't given it any thought. Depends on who the new Philia is, I guess. If she's just as in the dark as our Philia, she might still be willing to hang around.
No, that's fair. That's fair, I suppose. So what the bloody hell happened then, anyway? We got there and you two were sprawled out, face first in the dirt, surrounded by blood, and the other two Crimson Dawn ripped to shreds.
Yeah. I'll tell you, but I think Eric is going to be in here soon. I'd rather not have to tell the story twice, yeah?
Oh, alright, fair enough then. And let's continue to eat the food.
Okay. So you guys are hanging out in your room. Eric and Teak, you guys have made your way into the other room at this point and set Philia down on the bed.
Might just make it comfortable. Tuck her in or whatever.
Yeah.
Teak, for the first time,
Yeah.
is going to push the other bed close to Philia's, and Teak, for the first time, is going to like lay on the bed and just like watch Philia.
Okay. You...
Eric will tuck Teak in as well.
Wow. Do you hang out in there for a little bit, Eric, or do you...
Yeah, he might just check like Philia's temperature and her breathing and see if she's good.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, okay.
you're in there for a little bit, tucking him in, making sure that they're both nice and cozy and safe, and
then he's gonna tell Teak, if you notice any changes in the night, just come and wake us up, okay?
Teak will just... She'll look at Eric so that Eric knows that Teak heard. And then she's just gonna kind of half nod and then turn back and continue to watch Philia.
Okay. Eric will pat her on the head and then leave the room.
That really dirty. You're gonna want to wash your hands.
Eric notices that there's clumps of whatever on his hand now. Ooh, and wipes it on Philia's face. No, just kidding. He leaves.
Okay, yeah. Sidner and Gustav, you guys are in your room kind of chit-chatting, and after you have this little discussion, Eric kind of walks in.
They alright then?
Should be good. I think Teak's still a little bit bummed out, but it'll be fine.
Right. Mind locking that door?
Oh, right. He'll like turn around and lock it, and then walk to his bed.
I'll sort of take off the cloak and start unwrapping the arm. While you're looking at it, I was about to tell Cinder what exactly happened at Adela's place.
Right, go ahead.
Well, we saw the smoke. You took off running. Philia and I got there first. There was a crowd of people all standing round, being shooed off by these two Knights of the New Dawn or whatever. They were justifying what they had just done, saying Della was all sorts of things that we all know she wasn't. I tried to get Philia and I out of there, but this arm just sort of started moving on its own. Yeah, it was painful, but also not, I don't know. I couldn't control it, really. It reached for my sword, and before I knew it, we was in that fight. I don't know who saw us, but in the moment, I only really saw those two guards. They were all I could think about. Just what they were saying and just the injustice of it all, yeah. I just couldn't accept that they got to live and she didn't, you know.
Eric will just nod.
Last thing I remember before passing out was trying to put Philia back together. Guess I couldn't.
It's fine. It's not really your fault.
Aye.
Let me check up on that arm.
Well then, Gustav the Deathless rises again, it seems.
Right.
You've already unwrapped your arm and everything and stuff?
I figured we were talking while Eric was looking at it.
Makes sense. Yeah, Eric, you look over this this thing, and it looks a bit different than you expected. It's not like it's not scaly or anything like that. It's like smooth, plated, chitinous texture, and it's kind of taken over most of his right arm. And you can see it almost looks like some sort of strange armor. Like a gauntlet. And at his fingertips, there's these just triangular, sharp claws, and you can see, like, they're just made to rend flesh, stab in, and when they pull out, the hole's even larger. It's not really anything like you expected it to be, and if anything, it just confuses you, because it's not what you were thinking it would be, at least at a glance.
He'll like squeeze like different parts of his hand to see if he can still feel like everything proper. And you'll be like, tell me if it hurts.
When you go to squeeze his hand, you can see, like, there's not much squeezing in it. It's just this hard shell of a texture.
He'll like knock on it.
Yeah, you knock, and it's not hollow or anything. It's sturdy. Overlapping chitinous plates.
If he touches the claws, does it feel like they'll cut him?
Oh yeah, they're sharp.
He might roll up his sleeve like further and further, and see like where it ends and like if it looks like it can be peeled off or like it's like inside his skin.
Yeah, I mean, as you go up his arm, you can see that there's kind of this red over layer, but underneath, pretty much adhering to his skin almost, is this kind of black shell that kind of follows the contours of his arm and everything. And I mean, as you get close to the top, it's pretty much where the arm goes into the socket, is that it's like a melding of flesh and this material. It's just like this weird kind of fusion where this chitinous shell kind of digs in, and it's this uneven line of it kind of fusing with his flesh.
I think Eric's gonna sigh. He's gonna like, I feel as though it's taking over your body, slowly.
What do you mean taking over?
Well, it's spreading. You don't know what's gonna happen when it, spreads over the entire thing.
Right, but it's still my arm. I still control it.
For now, you can't be sure until more of it changes. If more of it will change.
Right.
I'll take a trip to the library tomorrow. I have some stuff I want to look up anyway. I'll try and find something for this as well.
Well, shouldn't this be sort of second to finding Susanna?
Right. You guys can head back and find that, servant of their house. I'll be really quick. I'll just head over really quickly and I'll come right there.
I mean, I don't think you need to.
Huh?
I don't think it's necessary, Eric. I'm fine.
Eric's just gonna give him the look like, really, dude? Like,
When we have the time, sure. But right now, we need to find Susanna Wyvenspear. The sooner we do that, the sooner everything gets better.
I promise you it won't take long. Just go and find information about the stable boy from their household. I'll go to the library and I'll be right back.
You're really stuck on this, huh?
I am.
Fine. Got anything to add, Cinder? You gonna let him do this?
It might be better if we stick together on this one. Do a little investigation work and find out a little bit about Susanna. You know, where we might go. We'll be in the city. It's not like we're going far. And if it doesn't hurt you, then maybe maybe if we pass the library, we stop in for a little while and have a little nose around.
Eric's just gonna look over at Cinder and be like, it'll be fine. It's just a short trip. Look, a lot of stuff is happening and we don't understand it, and I'd really like to know anything I can as soon as possible. It'll be fine. I'll meet you there.
Alright.
Meet us where?
At the Wyvenspear.
If we're still there.
Alright, well if you're not there then I'll come back here. It'll be fine. It's just a library. I won't be doing anything dangerous. If anything, you need to worry about yourself.
Well, we're not gonna wait for you. We've gotta work on this investigation, but If you don't find us at the estate and they don't know where we've gone, just come back here. You can join us the next time.
Alright. How about this? I'll spend a certain amount of time at the library. You can try and spend a certain amount of time there, and we'll try and meet up after that time is over. If you don't see me, I'll be in the library, and if I don't see you, you'll be at the estate.
Well, what else is there to do with the estate? The last thing we was gonna try was checking the stables for clues surrounding that Robin fella.
Well, we were going. Wait, did we already ask that one guy, the servant guy, what he looked like?
What, Robin?
No, remember. No, I'm asking you guys. Remember when he was like, "Yeah, my servant knows what he looks like."
Yeah, we got a description.
Okay, cool. Alright, then just meet me at the library. It's fine. It'll be fast.
Do we even know where the library is?
I can ask Erda in the morning. It's fine.
But what if it's like hours away?
In this city? Ours? No, it has to be in the main district somewhere.
So I look back to Cinder.
I just shrug.
Fine.
Alright. Get out of your armor and go to sleep.
So I give Eric a weird look, and then start taking off my armor, and then I'll go to sleep.
Eric
Okay.
will give his book one last look over and then go to sleep.
Alright. Everyone's headed to bed for the night. Cinder.
Yep.
Alright. You're all cozy and comfy. Getting ready for bed. Slowly drifting into sleep. Philia,
Oh no. Yes.
how you doing over there?
Doing.
It's good. Philia, things have been a little dark and confusing for you. And you feel like you've been in a deep, deep slumber for some time now. But eventually, you're awoken by a creeping light. As you slowly open your eyes, you see off in the distance a bright white light, and nothing else around you. Feels as if your body is floating. But you're moving ever so slowly closer and closer to this light until eventually you pass through it. And everything that's dark around you becomes illuminated. And You're back in the Feywilds, surrounded by large, ancient trees. Animals of all sorts flying wildly through the air. It's a beautiful sight. And you can feel the wind brushing against you as you realize your arms are stretched out as far as they can go, and you're gliding through the air. It's like nothing you've ever felt before. It feels great. It feels like you're where you're supposed to be. You see Pip next to you on your wing, the wind rustling through his feathers. Until eventually, you feel a weight pulling you down on your right side. Your right wing is sagging, heavy. And you can see at the tip of one of your fingers is this black ring. And it's pulling you closer and closer to the ground. Until eventually, you make contact with the forest floor. But as you do, you push through it. And you're back into the darkness, falling through the air. Pip's gone. You see nothing else around you. And you're just being pulled down by this weight. There's almost nothing you can do about it. You try and fight against it and flap as hard as you can your wings. And as you continue descending into this pit, you feel it's getting warmer and warmer, and the heat is rising around you. Until eventually, you crash into this dark abyss. And as you look around, your eyes slowly adjusting with your low light vision to the darkness around you, you stand up and you see nothing yet. When you stand, you feel your feet sink a little bit, like you're standing on something not solid. And as your eyes slowly adjust to this darkness, you can see there's something that was once white, but is stained with a red color. And as you look around you, you slowly realize you're standing on top of something that's almost flesh-like. You look around, and as you do, you see a face staring back at you. Large, her head the size of a mountain, maybe. Shrouded in darkness, two large horns curving out to either side as they quickly turn back towards her head into sharp points. Eyes red. And you just feel this uncomfortable heat and humidity just coming over you as this large figure stares at you. What do you do, Philia?
I will wave and say, hello, ma'am.
Which arm do you wave with?
My right arm.
As you go to lift your right arm to wave to this figure, you feel an unconquerable weight pulling it down that you can't overcome.
Is it still staring at me?
It's just staring at you in this abyss.
Philia's gonna try to nod her head toward the creature and say hello.
You tilt your head and try and greet this creature. And as you
of need of saving. I just need to go back.
Oh, and you soon will. But you have no choice now in whether or not I save you. Whoever your friends are, they have given you to me.
So what does this arrangement entail?
There is no arrangement. I own you. You shall be reborn from the ashes. You who shall follow in the footsteps of your predecessors as an Ashborn.
As a what now? Can I what's that? Is that an Arcana check? Race check? Let's see it.
What would you like to do?
What's an Ashborn?
Oh, make me a knowledge history check. You have no idea.
May I inquire what an Ashborn is?
In due time, you will learn. But for now, it is a time of mourning for you.
This, this figure's pretty unflinching. Just staring you down, a toothy grin.
I need time to think. Give me a second. I don't know what to do here.
They have all the time in the world. They see you're panicked and scared and confused.
You know what? Philia's scared, panicked, and confused, but she's gonna compose herself.
Alright, you make me a willpower save to compose yourself in front of this figure.
Crap!
Yeah, you attempt to compose yourself, but it's not incredibly convincing.
I compose myself and I stare it down. I'll stare it down with my composure.
Yeah, you stare at it. Can you make me a fortitude saving throw?
Oh shit. Well, we tried.
Hey,
Hey, that's pretty good, but not good enough.
Oh.
As as you try and stare at this being down, you feel the weight of the ring just pull you down to your knees, where you're almost just stuck.
You cannot fight your fate. As much as you fight, you will suffer. You will bend to my will. I have seen enough of you. And we shall see each other again soon. Filia Mornell.
And as this bellowing voice rings out over you, you feel your ears start to ring as you fade away back into this kind of dark slumber. And as far as your lovely evening goes, that's as much as you can remember, young Philia. Cinder, on the other hand, slowly finds himself fading away into a deep sleep. Until something eerily similar comes to find him in his sleep. Cinder, as you fade into a dark, deep slumber, you find yourself awake in the middle of the night in your tavern room. And as you kind of snap to your fully awakened state from your deep slumber, you see Eric and Gustav still kind of resting in their own sleep. But you feel as if you've heard a strange noise. What do you do, my friend?
Sit up, look around. The other two look like they're still asleep.
They sure do.
I say to whoever's closer, "Hey, wake up! Did you hear that?"
You yell out to the other two and ask them if they've heard any strange noises, but you get no response from them. Those lazy bums are deep, deep asleep.
I try to stealth down to see what's going on. Quietly.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check. Like the night, you move silently. You headed downstairs to the tavern?
Yeah, I mean, probably on the way I'll, like, see if I can open the door to, Teak and Philia's room and see if they're still in there.
Okay. Well, they're past your room, but you can head there first. And as you open up the door and look in, you don't see much. It's Teak and Philia resting. Although Philia looks as if she's tossing and turning a little bit in her bed, but not violently.
Okay. Close the door and head towards where I heard the noise.
Okay. And you head towards the area where you heard the noise, and you kind of creep down the stairs late at night of the tavern. And they're open pretty much all the time, that it's quite empty in there. And you can see that there's a few people, but that's it. Doesn't explain where the noise came from.
What did the noise sound like?
That's the strange thing about it, is you don't even really know. You just have this strange feeling that you've heard this unsettling noise. Something's put you on your guard.
I'll probably like quietly move to like one of the corner of the room down there in the tavern. Does anyone notice when I go through?
They've snuffed some of the candles, and there's not many people left in the tavern at this point. But you're pretty stealthy. No one truly notices you.
Yeah, I would just like lean against the wall or something and just kind of keep a lookout.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you sit there in the shadows and watch for some time, but you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Couple people having drinks late at night in a dimly lit room.
Is Erda still at the bar, or is it somebody else?
He's there for now.
Guess I'll head over to Erda.
As you walk over to Erder, you notice he's talking to these two fellows. Strange though, as you get closer and closer, you can't really make out what they're saying.
sound like it's a different language or something?
It's muffled and strange. You see their lips moving, but the words just don't make much sense.
Erder, you heard any strange noises?
You speak to Erder, but he doesn't look in your direction. He just continues talking to the other two folks that are there.
Try and get his attention. I'll like put a gold coin on the table, on the bar.
Yeah, you go to reach into your pocket to pull out a gold coin, but you notice you don't have any gold coins with you at the moment. In fact, your pouch that you normally carry it in is not even there.
Erder. I still can't understand what these guys are saying, right?
No. And he doesn't even flinch when you say his name.
I'll just like look around and be like, oh. Like, is this some kind of strange dream?
Yeah, as far as you can tell, that's what it feels like. Some sort of bizarre dream.
Did the noise sound like it was inside the tavern or outside?
Sound like it was inside for sure.
Okay. And I'm in the right spot of the tavern where I thought I heard it?
Yeah. As far as you can tell, it feels like it came from somewhere around here.
Who... Okay, so there's a few people in the tavern. Anyone look out of the ordinary?
Well, why don't you roll me a perception check?
Why can I never find this? Okay, there it is.
Wow, this music's getting maybe a bit too intense here. As you wildly look around according to the music, you don't notice anyone too out of the ordinary. The panic is starting to take hold of you.
Okay. I'll just try to like do something to, I guess, wake myself up. So like
Okay.
pinch myself.
Okay.
Slap my face a couple times.
You start slapping yourself and pinching yourself. It hurts.
I will... I'll just be like, Erder, you get me one of those ales. The good stuff.
Doesn't even faze him. Can't hear anything that you're saying.
Okay, well... I guess I'll head back upstairs.
Okay. You head back to your room upstairs. And as you enter, you see a few things. The first thing that catches your eye is a small table inside of your room. It has a dimly lit candle on top of it that wasn't there before. And this candle also illuminates part of the room where you can see Gustav, Eric, and yourself all fast asleep in your beds.
It's not creepy at all. I'll sit down at the table where the candle is.
As you sit down at the table, you see laid out before you are 7 cards. Their backs old, rough, worn down, antique looking.
I look at the table. And I guess I will. Do I know what this means?
I don't know, do you? You have any idea what these could be? Would you like to make a check to see if you might know?
I mean, just through like any kind of common knowledge or anything. Otherwise,
I mean, you know that they're cards. Through common knowledge, you probably wouldn't be able to tell if they're some sort of specialty cards or not without having a look at them.
Okay, well, I guess I'll try to pick one up and have a look at it.
Okay. Why don't you flip the card that you want to pick up? Alright. And I mean, as you pick up the card, that's what you see. The empty throne.
I just like have a look at it and inspect it a little bit. These cards look like anything I've seen before? Or this particular card?
Why don't you make me a knowledge arcana check? Okay. You don't know much about these cards. As far as your knowledges go, you could probably recognize this to be a Harrow card. Something you've probably heard about in passing.
Okay. Alright, I guess with that, I'll continue to flip some more cards over.
Okay. And you notice as you flip some of the cards over, a few of them are upside down. Not that this has any sort of meaning to you.
I guess through like my common knowledge, I would know that like Harrow cards do like some sort of readings, right?
Yeah, probably. I think your roll is high enough to know the basics. It's just like some kind of mumbo jumbo cards. You know, people say that they can tell fortunes and things.
Okay, but this at this point just kind of looks like a bunch of cards on a table. Not much else meaning.
Yeah, for you.
I'll try to like, I guess, make a note to memorize this particular layout of the cards and what cards are where.
I mean, do you want to write it down? Like, how is Cinder going to remember this?
I mean, I guess I'll write it down somewhere, but being...
So you're starting with a mental note. You're just trying to take them all in, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you just roll me a straight intelligence check?
A straight intelligence check.
Okay. Make a mental note of the cards as you see them here. And as you're kind of taking the cards in, Cinder, from behind you, you see a shadow, long and pointy, appear over the table. Two horns on either side.
What? Who are you?
Do you turn to face them?
Yes.
As you quickly turn to face this figure, you see a tall half-orc man, roughly 6'4", 6'5", taller than you, burly, strong. He's older, gray beard flowing down his face with long tusks jutting almost straight up from his mouth. Long, braided brown hair. And green skin. And he stares at you for a moment, almost in wonder.
Does this look like the same humanoid-like thing that I saw before with the long horns, twisting horns, or is this different?
The shadow did. This man doesn't. This man doesn't even look like the shadow you just saw.
Oh. What the fuck? Okay.
And his mouth opens and starts to move. And you can see it moving, but you don't necessarily hear the words coming out of his mouth. Until about 4 seconds afterwards, you hear a voice, almost as if it's whispering into your ear, very softly. I'm your mother. Before the day of hymns in the year 1140. And you see this man's mouth kind of stop moving before you hear these words appear in your ear. And his hand starts moving towards you slowly until it stops violently. And this man starts convulsing. And in an instant, you see these dark tendrils come from the shadows and wrap around this man and pull him away in an instant. And as that happens, you sit upright in your bed as if you were there the whole time.
What the?
You don't see the man, but on the table, you still see a dimly lit candle and a deck of cards sitting next to it.
Are the cards still... So there's a deck of cards. Are there some cards that are still, like, put out into that previous position?
There are still cards put out into that previous position.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can find something to write everything down, and then collect the cards, and then pocket the deck.
Okay. You find some sort of writing utensil or something of some sort that you can take a note of these cards, before you quickly pick up the deck and put them all together. What do you do after that?
I look around to see if Gustav and Eric are still sleeping.
Yeah, they look to be silently asleep.
And I will just kind of, in the candlelight, just kind of flick through the cards and just to have a better look at this particular deck. Maybe for
Okay.
around 10 or 15 minutes or so. And then put them away, and then get back into bed and just kind of lie there and think about what the hell just happened.
Alright. You flip through the cards and you can... It's strange. You feel a strange connection to the cards. Like they already belonged to you before you even took them. They feel precious to you. You don't truly understand why. But eventually, sifting through them, looking through them all, you find yourself quite tired. Until you eventually fall back into a deep slumber. And you all get a good, long night's rest until the next day. And you all wake up in the morning. Kind of. Some refreshed, some maybe not so refreshed, Philia. But nonetheless, you all wake up bright and early in the morning, feeling different, stronger. What would you guys like to do for the day?
What happens when Teak finds Philia awake?
Yeah. As soon as Teak recognizes that Philia's awake, instead of saying anything, she's gonna kind of awkwardly climb out of bed because she's not used to being in them, and then she's gonna immediately find Eric.
Okay. So you kind of hop up and I guess run to the other room to find Eric.
Yeah, Teak
Who's
doesn't know
probably
about.
awake at this point.
Yeah, she doesn't know about social norms, so she's gonna bust into the room.
Alright. Yeah, you guys are like Gustav, Cinder, Eric, you guys are all kind of like half waking up, half awake, and all of a sudden your door bursts like wide open. And you guys see Teak standing there.
Bloody hell, Teak, you nearly gave me a heart attack. What's wrong?
Teak, Philia, awake. Teak, come get Eric.
Oh, Eric will jump out of bed. Like, he's gonna be groaning for a second, and then, like, as soon as he has, like, Philia, he's just gonna, like, jump out of bed. Like, he's not even gonna, like, put his shoes on or whatever. Like, he's just gonna run off.
Yeah, he's like putting his pants on as he runs out the door
Yeah.
to the other room.
No pants! What are you talking about?
Teak will follow Eric. She's not gonna wait around for the others.
As they rush around, it's just Cinder and Gustav left. I just turned to Cinder. Didn't we lock that door?
Super strength.
It's just like blown right off the
Yeah, pretty much.
Eric doesn't know how
you
to
just-
lock doors. Joke's
you
on
just-
you.
You just see the like doors kind of snapped in part of the place.
How much you think that'll be?
Eric was the one that closed it. He didn't lock it. Let's just put it down.
No, I like the idea that it's been destroyed. Teak doesn't know anything about anything and just is super strong and just
She
busts
just
the
threw
door
her body
open.
against it, yeah.
She opened the door the wrong way.
I'll
Exactly.
like bandage up my arm and stuff, get my gear on. I'll head down, get us all something to eat, maybe pay up for the door. You go see if she's alright.
Are you saying you want me to go down and do that?
No, I'm doing that. You go see if they're alright.
Oh, righto, righto. I head out the door over to Philia's room.
Yeah, I mean, Eric runs in there first. And Eric, I mean, you see Philia pretty groggy and, like, out of it, but she is, somewhat awake. Philia, as far as your strange night last night, it all feels like a distant, bad dream. And your memory's kind of cloudy on everything that's happened between your dreams and your death and all that stuff. But you are back in the land of the living with a slightly frailer body.
Is she still on the bed?
Yeah, I think so. Philia's probably still in the bed trying to gather herself.
Eric will like sit down next to her and like try and check her temperature and things like that.
How do you feel, Philia? Is that what you asked?
How do I feel?
Not wonderful. I mean, like, you have your hit points and everything back and all that stuff, but you've taken a hit to your overall constitution and stuff. So I mean, like, you're in pretty, you're not feeling so hot. You had a long night of weird dreams and all sorts of stuff, and you don't know what the fuck happened. All this crazy shit. And I mean, from what you can remember, which isn't much, everything's cloudy, you wake up and you see this ring on your finger.
How much of the dream do I remember?
I mean, probably a good portion of it. It's all kind of foggy and cloudy, so it's not like you can remember everything crystal clear, but a good portion of it. It's definitely probably on your mind as upsetting.
Philia's still gonna be a little bit shaken when everything happens.
How are you feeling, Philia? Can you speak?
Yes, I'm fine.
Do you feel any different?
Philia's gonna act as if everything's normal. Nothing's wrong.
Eric's gonna like look over at the ring and then like hold it up to Philia and be like, you can't take this off.
Philia's gonna be really panicked inside, but say very well and act very normally.
Stupid check that you
He's gonna get up close and
yeah, I don't think I see it.
You're gonna smell Teak?
Yeah, Teek's gonna smell Philia, like, all over her hair.
Can she smell fear?
She smells different than the last time you smelt her. Why don't you make me a survival check to see how detailed your smelling of Philia is?
Right, because it also could just be the fact that she did a lot of bleeding since the last time I smelled her.
Exactly.
Ooh, you're so good at smelling.
Yeah, it's a strange thing because you can smell the familiar sense of Philia in there, but there's some other scents mixed in there as well, and a slight hint of death among her.
Tika's gonna kind of like scrunch up her nose, and then she's gonna step away, and then she'll look at Philia. Do you want to kill Teak?
Philia's gonna like notice what happened, and then she's gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, my bad. I don't believe that I showered yesterday." She's gonna try to get off the bed and try to like get ready for everything.
I think when Philia tries to get off the bed, like Eric's gonna stop her. Like, Philia, we should have a discussion before you do anything.
Trust me, I feel fine. Everything's
It's
going
not
well.
about that. We have some things we have to tell you.
I think that can wait after a shower and getting freshened up.
Philia, please.
Trust me, I think everything's going wonderfully. I just need to get some things in line first.
Philia, some stuff happened while you were unconscious. We just need to explain some things to you, that's all.
I think I might know more than you think, but let me just collect myself first, please.
I think Eric's about to be like, what? And then he's gonna like cut himself off and be like, alright. Call me if you need me. And then he's probably just gonna get up and leave.
Thank you very much, as she's gonna give like a little head bow.
He'll nod and then smile at Teak and then leave.
As Philia's gonna try not to smell like death and try to compose herself the entire morning and routine.
So what do you do to try and clean yourself up?
Splash some water everywhere. Philia still has that like brick of honey and flowers that's gonna start going to town on.
Very nice. Yeah, you notice, like after you're awake and cleaning yourself and stuff, Pip kind of, rustles his way out from your feathers and clothes, and he looks excited to see you. It could look like he may have been worried. Kind of hops up and whack, 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 whack.
Philia's gonna kneel down next to Pip, give Pip a little hug, and then she's gonna start quacking along with him. So she's gonna try to like act normal with the duck as well.
All right. Yeah, your tune's pretty good in line
Performance
with
check.
with Pip. And
You don't fool me, Philia.
Pip seems happy that you're singing with her again.
Wait, Pip's a girl?
Pip's
I believe that's what Patrick
Pip lays
said.
eggs.
Yeah.
Pip doesn't really have a gender per se. Pip is just a duck.
Pip has a sex but not a gender. Stop trying to categorize my duck.
She's a female.
Meanwhile, I guess Tika's sitting in the corner like an owl just watching.
Okay. Yeah, Cinder, you kind of come into the room while they're still kind of chit-chatting with Philia, but it's pretty basic. She's just trying to get herself together and get started for the day. You guys all kind of go about your morning routine, and Gustav comes back with some grub for everybody.
How much did that set me back? By the way, the food in the door.
It's included with your rent, your stay at the inn.
Oh yeah.
The night. Yeah.
Can't believe we get free door replacements. That's amazing.
Oh, the door? Wait, the door thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking about the food.
I was asking about both.
What do you say to Erder about the door?
And bit of a mishap. Busted up the door a bit. Hoping we could pay to get it fixed, yeah?
By the Allfather's beard. What do you mean you messed up the door?
Well, we just went to open it when it was locked, see? Sort of busted up a little bit.
My goodness. Well, you all have been very kind to me. So I suppose 5 silver pieces and I'll have someone fix the door. Just try not to do it again, will you?
Oh, for sure. We won't. Could I also get 5 plates of breakfast while I'm down here?
Aye, of course. Anything specific?
I believe the only special request was meat fatigue, but other than that, just regular fare.
Alright then. A lot of you plan on staying here another night then?
Potentially, yeah. Not quite sure what today has in store for us.
Well, I'll hold the rooms as long as I can. Just be sure to be back here and let me know within a decent amount of time.
Appreciate it. And I will slide over a gold.
Okay.
He says, aye, thank ye.
And then gets you your food. And you make your way back upstairs, bringing everybody food. What's everybody doing while, you guys are like eating and stuff? Philia's cleaning up. What's everybody doing for the morning?
I think when I go in, how are you feeling, Philia?
Wait, while she's getting cleaned up, she's gonna use that. And she's gonna make herself look as if nothing happened, as if it was a day before.
Okay.
You look great.
Thanks, tried to clean up after yesterday.
Right.
Wait, I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah, it says transform into a hideous monster.
Yeah, it like makes you look like you have to be attacked, and then you have to be, then you take like a monstrous appearance, and like once you do it, it ends.
No, it's it acts as disguise self, and then once you go for an attack, then you transform into the monster for a split second.
Oh, is that what it's saying?
Yeah.
Let me read this.
I might have copied. Let me get the thing. Because I looked on the Reddit thing also, and people are like, this is just a really good disguise self.
Yeah, I guess that is the wording. Is like you use it as disguise self, and then once you're attacked, you can briefly become monstrous. How long does it last?
Until I put on a psychosomatic surge on someone else.
Oh. That's pretty cool. All right, yeah, go ahead then. That's all good. So you look all chipper and clean. Do you hide the wound as well as part of your illusion? Not that anyone can see it.
Yep, it's gone. It's not there.
Wow.
Nothing's wrong with Villia.
Well, if you're feeling better, I guess we should talk about what we're gonna do today. We was gonna go and search for Susanna, but Eric thinks it would be better to go to the library first. But we could always just nod and go look for Susanna. Right.
Teak is gonna like tilt her head at this, and she's going to say, "Aren't we going to kill men who attack Philia?"
Well, not right away, Teak. It's not something we can do right now, but finding Susanna's a step towards that, yeah?
Teak, not kill yet?
No, not kill yet. You think you can be patient for us?
Teak is gonna go quiet for a second, and she's going to avoid, like, looking at Gustav. She kind of picks at her assorted meats, whatever she has for breakfast. And then after a while of seeming like considering it, she will just nod.
Right, we're all counting on you. I believe when we was at the estate yesterday, they mentioned if we go to the ironclad blacksmith, there was some lady smith there who would help us out. What was her name again?
The blacksmith they mentioned? Let me try and remember here.
Teak's just gonna shrug.
Well, I suppose we'll find out her name when we get there, but we might be able to get set up some equipment for whatever we're gonna find. Other than that, there's the stables we could check out, try to find some evidence about Robin being there. But as far as he goes, we know he's been hanging around the theatre district. Some people there might know something about him.
That's who it was. Londa. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
It's fine. So, I think we should first go see Londa, and then from there we could go either to the estate, check out the stables, or the theatre district, whichever's closest. All posed?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Right then. Let's head out. If someone's under attack, we gotta save them.
It's not attack. There's a party going on downstairs.
Oh, cool. We should avoid the party though, because this is serious business.
Yeah, probably. Alright. So, does everyone do what they need to do for the morning at the tavern?
I'm just gonna pack up my stuff and head to the library.
Wow.
Do I feel any different waking up in the morning?
Yeah, you do.
So wait, what happens? We're all like following Gustav, and then we turn around and Eric's just gone.
I mean, I guess that's what happens, yeah.
He's gonna go first. He's gonna go to Erda and be like, "Yo, where's the library?" And then like
When are you doing this?
after he checks on Ophelia.
What? But you've been in the... You have to pay attention. You've been in the room with Gustav talking for like the past 10 minutes.
Okay, then after that,
Okay, great.
Just does nothing and then leaves and goes to
Yeah,
Erda.
Do we
Pretty much.
overhear Eric asking about the library?
I don't know, because I don't know if anyone's even following you, Gustav.
Oh no!
Wait,
No one's telling me anything that's going on. No one...
No.
basically, my character is gonna be packing his shit while in the same room as Gustav,
Did
like
you
putting his
put...
clothes on. Then he goes downstairs and leaves. And
Wow.
I'm like, hey,
Noticed
where's the
this?
instructions?
Yeah, I mean, you would probably notice that, like, after you stop talking, Eric doesn't say anything. He just gets up and starts walking out of the room.
Hey, Eric! Where you going?
I'm going to the library. What do you mean?
Well, we just discussed what we was gonna do, and you didn't bring up the library once.
I told you yesterday I'm going to the library.
Yeah, yesterday, but we was talking now.
Oh, right. I'm going to the library.
I think you should stay with us.
I'll be fine, Gustav.
What's library?
It's
Yes.
a building full of books, T.
And please explain to us why we need to stop looking for Susanna and go to the library instead.
We're not stopping looking for Susanna. You guys go ahead, find out what you need to know, and I'll join you.
How are you going to join us?
No.
You can come find me at the library. Or we'll meet back here.
No.
Right. You lot
Go with
sort
It's
this
not
out.
up-
you.
I'm going to... I need something from the room. I'll be right back.
Teak, do you even know how to read?
Teak does not know. Teak,
You can only
We'll
slow me
follow
down, Teak.
you.
Come on.
so you are not alone.
I won't be. I'll be fine. I'm just going to get some books.
You say books,
Teak
and
is gonna
Teak
narrow
just
her
looks
eyes, but
confused.
she's
I think Teak,
So
he's
Teak-
gonna look at Teak and be like. Then he's gonna like get closer to Teak and whisper, "Just take care of Ophelia. I'll be fine."
Teak is gonna narrow her eyes.
Oh, and then he's gonna look over. at
Ophelia this
Give me
entire
a
time.
minute.
Oh, sorry, you go.
Wait, did we even tell Ophelia what's going on with her?
Yeah, we're all
No.
talking in the same room.
No.
Ophelia this entire time is just gonna keep on asking herself what would a normal person do in this situation. And you know how, like, you come up with awkward answers in which, like, you act very, like, if an alien were told what a human would do, that's what they do. That's what Ophelia is doing right now, because she's...
All right.
It's complete and utter chaos right now.
Okay,
Gustav is trying to come up with a plan to save Susanna. Eric is trying to go to the library. Philia is trying to pretend she didn't die. And
It's just an
Uh,
episode of Faulty Towers.
yeah, pretty much, yes. And
think
Cinder
he's
has
gonna-
just left the room to go get something from the other room. As Teak is just confused, narrowing her eyes to do
Yeah.
what, Teak?
Well, Teak wants to follow Eric because she doesn't want anyone to be left alone.
Oh,
So
before
pretty
he
much
goes,
Eric just is gonna do this stuff, and you just narrow your eyes in on Eric, and you're just following him.
Well,
pretty much.
Teak communicated this, and then Eric told me no, and to watch over Ophelia.
Ophelia
And so
will
that's
go
when
up to
Teak-
Teak and
Teak
say,
narrowed her eyes.
Ophelia's gonna go up to Teak and say, like, don't worry, I can go with Eric. I've been wanting to read some books here lately anyway.
Brilliant. This should never have been attempted. Right, so Cinder and I are going to look for Susanna. You all go to the library. We'll try to meet up if we can, but we'll all meet back here tonight. I'm going to go pay for another room. Good luck.
Gustav, Gustav, he's gonna try and grab Gustav before he goes.
Yeah, I'll start. What now?
What we're gonna do is I'll be in the library. You guys find out as much information as you can.
Well,
then
it
come back
sounds like Philia and Teak is going with you now.
I'll take Philia. That way I can keep an eye on her health. You take Teak. It'll be fine. As soon as you find out information, just come back to the tavern. Come back here. And we'll meet back here before we decide on any action.
Well, I
concerning-
believe Teak speaks for herself. Teak, you want to go to the library? You want to
Gustav,
look
why
for
are you so
Susanna?
angry?
Teak?
Teak at this
Gustav?
time, her head is gonna have been like bouncing back and forth
Yeah.
between Eric and Gustav as they were talking, and then Teak is just going to pause for a second as she tries to get this all sorted in her mind.
I think Eric's gonna start getting angry. Like, everybody sit back down on the bed.
Is Cinder back yet?
Philia's just gonna do this.
Cinder, what are you doing in the other room? I would love to know while all this chaos is happening.
He's
All
just
right.
going to look for Susanna.
So while this is all happening, Cinder's going to enter the room and then close the door and then sit against the door, to kind of like keep it shut. And he's going to pull out the deck and he's just going to be like, I don't know, just kind of, because you said he feels different, like he doesn't feel the same, right? So he's going to like try to look at the deck and then work out what's going on.
There's I mean, you're like shuffling. You feel a connection to these cards as you're shuffling through them. Like there's some, like there's almost, they almost feel like an extension of you. Like there's something radiating through them into your hands.
This feels oddly familiar. That thing said mother. And just kind of like, I'll just be like getting the feel of the deck and just kind of getting to know it more and just
I mean,
sit there and do that for a little while.
I mean, you're just fiddling with the deck, and I mean, it's like calming in a way.
Is everyone sitting down?
I don't know, in the other room. I like this
Y'all
music's getting
fighting.
more appropriate. Yeah, they're all fighting.
Y'all
It's-
fighting, and Philia's gonna try to sing a lullaby to calm everybody down.
Everybody sit down in the bed right now.
Everybody has to make a will save for lullaby.
All right.
I
So the
love
two
it.
people
Teak
fighting
is-
fail.
Yeah, Teak is too busy
Philia-
trying to figure out what's happening, and Gustav and Eric are like, you guys, like,
Oh,
you're a little bit sleepier, you're a little bit calmer, it's like mellowed you down a little bit, you're not as perceptive, but like, you still know what you want to do.
oh, don't be singing now, Philia. We need to do stuff.
I know we gotta do stuff, but it's gonna be fine, okay? Let's just talk, let's not fight, and then Philia's gonna walk over and probably, like, touch the thigh of, like, Eric and, like, Gustav because
Wow.
he can't reach any higher.
My thighs, God.
What? Am I supposed to, like, touch your butt? I don't know how
Yeah, you're touching people's thighs. What?
the back. I feel like that's what your children touch adults. But
Okay,
they're just like,
Wow, this is
Eric's
going.
like, it's
It's
fine.
creepy place.
quiet. I don't want my words to be misconstrued.
We're not
Philia's been
arguing
through a
here.
lot.
It's fine. It's fine. Look, everybody take a seat.
Philia will stop singing as everybody takes a seat and we all seem civilized.
I'm gonna look out the door, and can I see our room from here and see that the door's still closed?
Yeah.
I'll just go sit down.
Look, here's the plan. I'm gonna take Philia to the library. It's a good idea. I'll get to keep an eye on her health. It'll be fine. You three can go check on information for Suzanne, and then let us know. We'll meet back here and we'll all discuss. Don't take any action by yourself. Don't get into any fights or scuffles by yourself. Just go there and come back. Look, I know it's a bad idea to go to the library right now, but a lot of things are happening.
You can stop right there.
What's, Gustav?
No, you said it. It's a bad idea to go to the library right now. If you know that, then why are you doing it?
I'm just saying that for your sake. I think it's a great idea. We have a lot of things to look at.
But, Teak says, as she points one claw at Eric, you and Philia, scrawny.
That's why we're going to the library, away from danger.
Book keep you safe from danger?
No one fights in a library, Teak. And just for the record, I'm not only going for you, Gustav. There are other things I need to look up into.
After some time, I'll pack up the deck, put it in my pocket, and emerge from the room.
I mean, before that happens, at some point, you feel like a strange kind of sense, I guess, and it's like it compels you to say these kind of words to the cards in your hand and this thing, and you see like a strange kind of aura around your cards.
Oh, well, in that case, I didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much you just cast Detect Magic on your cards.
Oh.
Without really even knowing it. So yeah.
Very nice.
I guess you're still in your room.
Right then. Any opposed to Eric's plan? Alright, so we'll do it. Teak, you good to come with Cinder and I?
Teak is going to be frowning, but she will then shuffle so that she's sitting closer to Gustav.
Oh, while we're here, we should probably tell Philia what happened. Do you wanna say it, Gustav? I mean, you were there for the longest time, right?
Well,
Fine, it doesn't need to be said right now. I think I got a gist of what happened. Or at least I think I know. What's
Philia,
important?
it's not only about you, it's...
What's
Something
important?
happened.
What's important now is that we can just go through the quest. Let's just ignore yesterday ever happened.
Philia, we can't. This isn't just about you, it's about somebody else.
Philia's gonna look throughout the room to make sure, like, nobody in the group died.
I mean, you saw Cinder earlier, but you don't see him now.
I'm gonna look at Philia's hands. Does she have the ring on?
That's a question.
Nope.
Okay.
It
So
does
when
not
you-
look like it's there.
She casts her disguise. It does, so you don't know, but yeah, it doesn't look like she has the ring on.
The ring's gone.
What? Philia, I told you to keep the ring on. How are you still alive?
Maybe she absorbed it or something.
Philia smelled different.
Not anymore.
No, you still smell different.
Wait, no,
It's
I
a-
put on so much bees and flower stuff.
I mean, you smell different than when you just smelt, but you don't smell exactly
Yes,
like you
I
smelt before, though. This is she had a pretty good survival smell check.
Philia, you were killed by the New Dawn. Destrian gave you his ring, which brought you back, but in doing so, he died.
As soon as Destrian's name is mentioned, Teak doesn't look at anyone, she just looks at the ground.
Philia's gonna look shaken and then immediately try to regain composure and save face, and we'll say that's more reason to keep on going and move on and be stronger than we were before. So let's just pick up our feet and to our tasks and make Destrian proud.
Philia, Destrian mentioned that there's a strange power or deity connected to the ring. It might make you feel a little bit strange. But it was the only way we figured we could bring you back. We didn't even know that Destrian was going to do it, or that it would cost his life.
Once she says like strange power and stuff, Philia's just gonna start fidgeting with things in her hand. But like everything else on her, like every other part of her person seems normal. It's just like she's fidgeting now. And she's
Earlier
like,
you said that you had some idea of what happened. How?
oh, just a feeling. It's nothing much. It's just so
Tell us.
library. No, I'm pretty sure we have a very busy day, and it's just let's find Susanna, let's go to the library, let's just figure things out, and maybe we can convene later.
She sounds kind of kerfuffled or riled up. Can I do a sense motive? Does that even help?
I mean, I think it's pretty apparent. But yeah,
Alright,
I mean,
quick, I can read their mind.
You can definitely tell that Philia is uneasy and shaken up. You notice her hands are fidgeting, and she's definitely uneasy.
I think Eric's gonna try like sit Philia down and be like, Philia, if something's bothering you, you can tell us. Oh yeah, Gustav has no idea. She's always
Gustav's
like
too
Gustav
grumpy.
is just like looks normal to me.
Yeah. I fidget with stuff all the time. Teak, I think like you can sense an uneasiness about old Philia. You know, you're not as akin to people as Eric, so maybe it's not as clear to you, but that kind of uneasy energy radiates from Philia.
Once Eric sits on the bed and like tries to talk, Philia's just gonna like give a small hug to Eric and just like look to everyone. I'm very grateful for all the sacrifices that everybody made, but currently within my certain situation, I would just like to let's just go on with the day until we can convene later.
Alright, if that's what you want.
I think he's gonna say, well, okay, we'll do that. Just let us know if you feel anything.
Teak is gonna get up and she's gonna start to walk out of the room to like wait in the hallway. That she gets out.
Why
she's
don't you
gonna
go with Teak for a second?
Oh.
He's talking to Philia.
Go to Teak. Philia's gonna walk over to Teak.
Okay, so, you know, Teak kind of walks out of the room and Philia follows shortly thereafter.
Eric might close the door and be like, I'm just gonna check on his wounds real quick before we leave.
Not suspicious at all, but okay.
After he closes the door, he's like, I really need to find out what's happening with
what?
With this
Philia-
deity.
With this what? Sorry.
Deity? The goddess of greed or whatever it was? She...
Right, Ashina or something.
Don't worry, I'm not just going to the library for you. We have a lot of things.
Alright. If this is what you want to do.
You're not.
Philia and Teak, you guys just stand outside the room next to each other, or do you have anything to say to
Philia's
one
gonna
another?
like pluck like a probably wilted flower out of her hand. Just like hand it over to Teak and just like everything's gonna be okay. If you have anything you need to say, just say it.
Teak is gonna look at Feely in the eyes. He's gonna say, "You here, Destrian gone." And then after that, she's just gonna fall silent.
Sad. Meanwhile,
Philia's gonna full on hug Teak.
oh, how lovely! How lovely!
Which is a lot because Teak is dirty. But this is a moment.
Yeah, there's a nice moment where Teak kind of shuts down a little bit, and then Philia comes in, gives her a nice hug.
Eric's gonna bust open the door.
Pip is gonna
Yeah.
join in on the hugging action.
Of course. Pip gets in there, and, you know, like a weird little duck, ruffles his feathers against Teak as well. Meanwhile, next door, you have Cinder stuffing cards down his pants, making weird noises, and Eric and Gustav trying to kill each other.
You knew this day would come, Eric.
Yeah.
What did I do this time?
I hate libraries.
So, Philia and Teak share a nice little moment outside the room. And after not a very long time, Eric and Gustav walk out of the room, see you guys standing there.
Well, I'll go get Cinder then. Then the three of us will go see what we can find out about Susanna. We'll all meet back here tonight.
He'll nod.
Good luck. I'll go over to the door. Cinder?
Have I finished examining the cards yet?
That's entirely up to you. I mean, you feel as if there's some sort of magic about them. You're intrigued by them. Depends on, you know, how long you want to study them for, if you want to attempt to do anything else.
That you, Gustav?
Yeah, you ready to go?
Are the others with you?
Yeah. We're not all going together, but we're going.
So what's the plan then?
I'll go to open the door.
Yeah, you go to open the door and it's like kind of stuck.
Well, hold
Like-
on.
It budges a little bit, but like bounces back to where it was.
What are you doing in there?
I let the door open enough and then like put my head, like crack it so I can like put my head there. And like
Alright.
you see this head like looking up from you from the floor almost.
What? Why are you down there?
So what's the plan then?
You, me, and Teak are gonna go look for Susanna.
Like right now?
What do you mean right now? What you got going on?
Are you sure we should be splitting up?
No, but it's what Eric wants, alright?
I don't think it matters what Eric wants. Last time we split up, somebody died. It was only just yesterday.
Right, well, if you want to go talk to him about it, you can, but I'm done.
Have they already left?
I mean, I think. They was leaving just as I was trying to talk to you.
Then they've gone too far.
Right, because you're down on the floor doing something weird.
Yeah, I'll explain it sometime.
I don't know if I wanted to.
Fine, suits me.
Tika is going to, as she hears Gustav talking, she walks up to the door, right? And she kind of presses her body against, and she presses her ear against, as if she kind of hear what Cinder is doing.
Oh, gosh. Alright.
This
I'm
is
coming.
the broken. This is the broken door, right?
Yeah.
How close can he keep it with Tika leaning against it?
It depends. I mean, like he's leaned up against it too. If you try and force it open, then it'll be an opposed kind of check. But
Yeah, I'm just like packing the cards away and then like behind the door, putting them in my pocket, and then I'll like stand up and open the door.
all right, yeah. As you stand up to open the door, like Teek's leaning on the door, so he almost falls in, but kind of gathers herself for a moment as the door swings open.
Alright, I'm here. Let's go.
Right then. Let's head to the ironclad blacksmith.
All right, so you guys are upstairs having your thing, headed to the blacksmith. Eric asks for directions to the library from Erder. And it's in the military district with most of the other like council buildings and stuff like that. So Philia and Eric head towards the military district, while Gustav, Cinder, and Teak head towards the ironclad blacksmith, and we'll take a little break there before you guys take off.
Cool, I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Me too.
Patrick, Quentin says hi.
Be right back. I have returned. So when do you start your play? I don't know. I thought you mentioned, was it last week or something? You're starting something? Oh. And what are you performing? What are you actually in? Right. Sounds cool. Yep.
You all had gone your separate ways after the real Eric came back and split the group apart. No surprise there. And Teak, Teak, Cinder, and Gustav, you guys were headed out to locate the Ironclad Blacksmith and Londa Truegust. And that's where we will pick up. What's your guys' plan of attack?
Kill Teak.
I guess since it's a store, we'll just like open the door. If there's a door to the blacksmithy.
Blacksmithy?
I see. So you've just appeared there.
Oh,
That's
well,
fine.
I guess we'll walk there and then we'll knock or whatever.
I don't know. Did anyone tell you where it was? Do you guys know where it is? I honestly don't
I
remember.
thought we were gonna head there before, but ended up not. So I thought we already knew where it was. But I guess if not, we would ask around.
I think you do know where it is.
Yeah, I think,
Cassius gave us instructions to it, and so did Edgard, whatever his name was.
Yeah, we got
Told-
a few people told us where it was.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, Edgard, Jesus. You guys make your way over to the Ironclad Blacksmith, and as you're approaching, you can hear from a good distance away the hammering of a hammer, and eventually you guys find yourself upon this kind of odd building, the large chimney at the top, smoke billowing out. And on the outside, you can see that there's a kind of smithy area, mostly enclosed, but not entirely, as for ventilation and things like that. But attached to the side, there's a little shop that is quite small and cozy, and you can get between the two at a moment's notice. But yeah, as you approach, you see a young woman there, about little above average height, short, curled, bright orange hair. It looks as if she's dyed it or something like that, and then these just bright blue eyes kind of popping against her orange hair. And she's you can tell she's out in the sun a lot. Her skin's kind of sunburnt, a little red, and she's a pretty bulky young woman with a sharper face. Oh, whoops, I accidentally just closed my page. That was a real mistake. Misclicks suck on Roll20 because it closes all of your windows. Sorry, give me 1 second here.
DM scrubbed it.
So before we go in, should we ask for anything specific, or just mention Captain Cassius?
Well, there's a few things that I think we need to mention. Captain Cassius, the Wyvern Spear thing.
Either of you have much coin?
Not a whole lot, but maybe enough.
I don't
Yeah,
got
right.
much.
Eric had coin from Wyvern Spearman. He gave to us to come to Ironclad.
Well, Eric wanted to go to the library.
Teak have some money. Teak can exchange money for goods.
Anything you hoping to buy, Teak?
Teak is not sure. Teak never really looked to buy weapon.
Don't really need to, from what I've seen.
Teak will look, and Teak can help if you need something. Teak help.
Okay. So yeah, you guys slowly approach this store where you can see this woman. As you get closer and closer, you can see she's got like a couple piercings on her ears, and as you guys get close, she's hammering away on a piece of metal currently. When you guys get close enough, she looks up towards you. Kind of a stern look on her face.
Good day, blacksmith. Must be Londa.
Hi, I'm Londa. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Well, I'm just gonna leave this with you, Gustav, because I'm drawing a bit of a blank.
Alright. Gustav, this is Cinder, Teak.
She nods each time you say a name, looks at the person.
We've been commissioned by Captain Cassius to recover Susanna Wyvernspear's gone missing. Both he and Lord Wyvernspear mentioned that you might be able to help us by outfitting us with some equipment that might help us recover her.
Sure, if you've got the coin.
Right. What have you for sale?
Well, I have all sorts of things. Armor, weapons, whatever you need. Are you looking for anything specific?
Oh, to be honest, I don't think so. I'm not too knowledgeable on different
Do you have any daggers?
weapons and all.
Jesus. Daggers? Yes, I do.
Alright, we'll start there then. Let's have a look at your daggers.
Okay. Yeah, you see, like, once you say daggers and stuff, she puts down her hammer and kind of she looks to you and says, "Go around the front and I will meet you inside."
Yeah, and then as I like walk past Gustav, I'd give him like a little like motion, like holding a dagger and then like into the gut. Like the Lannister style, just playfully, like stab, stab, stab.
Jesus, he's gonna stab you.
How much damage do I take?
Well, you take 10 imaginary damage.
Gosh, I only had 5 imaginary hit points.
That's too bad.
Then you're imaginary dead, son.
You better play imaginary dead after he just killed you. Alright, so yeah, I mean, you guys walk into the shop and you can see, sprawled out on the walls and like display cases and stuff like that. There's weapons and armor and pretty like well crafted stuff all around this shop.
Okay. Take a quick look around and note anything what looks to be the most valuable, or if there's any kind of like secret hiding spots for things. Just glancing.
Secret hiding spots? I mean, if you want to find secret hiding spots, can make me a perception check at like 1 to 1,000.
While he's doing that, I'm just gonna look for like price tags.
There's no. Yeah, wow. What a fucking great perception check. You walk in through the door and fucking hit your head on like the top of it or something. That's what you notice. There's no price tags on anything. I mean, you can see like a lot of the stuff looks like it's pretty well made, but
I'm gonna make sure Teek's with us, and I'll wait to see what Cinder's dagger costs, and then try to gauge from there.
okay. So, yeah, I mean, Teek's with you guys. You all walk inside. And she has like a glass kind of display shelf underneath. But then she came in through the back, which is connected to her like little smithy. And as she walks in, you can see she grabs something off the wall. And by the time you guys get there, she puts down on the counter. She's like, "Here you are, dagger."
I go over to the counter and pick it up, have a look at the dagger.
I mean, it looks like your pretty standard dagger.
And how much would this run me by?
Boy? I am not a boy. I am a girl. But these cost you 3 gold pieces.
Oh. No, I didn't mean boy. I meant buy. How much would this run me by? Anyway, it doesn't matter. How much was that again?
3 gold pieces.
3 gold pieces. Is that including the discount for the referral from Mr. Wyvenspear?
Discount? What do you mean?
Oh, never mind then. I was under the assumption that there was going to be some kind of discount.
Yeah, no worries, Cinder. I think we had a few assumptions before coming here.
Well, Mr. Wyvernspear is a very nice man, but it's not buying much from my shop.
Now that I think about it, you kind of sound a little bit like him. You guys related in some way, and I'm like taking out my coin pouch. And putting down 3 gold pieces.
She looks kind of confused. She's like, "No, I don't think so."
Huh. Well, whereabouts are you from then? You've always lived here?
Me? No. I come from the north.
Yeah. From the north, huh? Gustav here is from the north as well.
Aye.
Oh, that is very nice. You have a very nice armor. It's quite nice.
I sort of looked at it like the piecemeal bloodied stuff I got.
Yeah, I like look at him and then I like in my head I'm just like thinking, nice, how the...
It has seen much battle. That is good.
Yeah.
Now, you see, what you have in the shop here is what I would call nice. What's this fella's wearing, I'd hardly consider that nice at all. No offense, Gustav.
I'm taking. You do like repairs here? I'll like taking out my great sword.
That I do. I can do repairs and upgrades and anything that you need. But to go back to your previous question, there's nothing prettier to me than a well-worn suit of armor or weapon. It's good to see the simple things used for what they're supposed to be used for. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense.
How much do you charge for repairs to something like this?
It all depends on the sort of damage. What is wrong with it?
I just sort of look at it because I've never taken care of this thing and I've had it for about a year.
You know, you kind of stare at it and she stares at you and she's like, "May I see it?"
Yeah, I hand it over, horizontally.
Okay. She kind of looks it over. Well, it's quite blunted. It is a nice blade, but it is dulled and cracked. Still good for what it is intended for, but could use some work. You can see she's kind of thinking as she stares over this thing. It's like a kind of like awkward amount of time that she's paused over this.
Just sort of like give Cinder and Tika look like, am I supposed to do something?
After you say that, like a few more moments go by, and she's like, I tell you what. I could really touch this weapon up and do quite a bit to it. But it wouldn't be cheap.
How not cheap?
She kind of awkwardly pauses again, stares at it, stares at you for like a second. 500 gold pieces, and I could make this like a new weapon. Better.
Right. I'll think about it. I might be back. In the meantime, how much would just like tips for how to take care of it cost until I return for that?
Well, proper maintenance of a weapon of this size is not necessarily easy. If you just want it touched up, I could do something for about 10 gold pieces. But there is a lot of potential in this weapon.
Sort of hard swallow. Right. I'll be back for that, and I thank you for your expertise. Teak, Cinder, you want anything? Just sort of sheepishly reach out for my sword bag.
Yeah, she hands it to you.
You not touch up for 10 gold?
Well, I don't exactly have 10 gold, Teak, but when I get it, I'll be back.
Oh,
Teak just stares, and then Teak is going to look
well,
at Londa.
well, hold on. I still owe you some coin from before, so I don't quite have all of it, but I have 10 gold, so here you go.
Well, thanks. And how much did I lend you?
21 gold.
Oh,
I am
right
now
then.
in your debt of 11 gold. Let it be known.
After that, Teak is just apparently there's awkward silence. So Teak looks at Londa, and Teak goes, "Do you have better armor for Teak and maybe sickle?"
What sort of armor do you need?
Teak kind of looks down. She has leather armor on right now, and so Teak's gonna kind of point at it. She's gonna be like this.
I am mostly a blacksmith, mostly deal in metals and things like that. I don't necessarily have leathers. Let me look around. And she kind of turns around and starts like walking through the back of her shop and rummaging around and stuff like that. And eventually she comes out with a old kind of worn in looking suit of leather armor, you know, covering like the torso and the main parts of the body, and it's got studs in it and stuff like that, so it's a little bit beefier. And she's like, "I'm afraid this is the best that I have in terms of light leathers." And yeah, it's a suit of studded leather armor.
Okay. Teak is going to smell the armor, and then she'll look up and she'll say, "How much?"
30 gold pieces.
Okay. And do you have sickle?
Sickle? Yes, I have sickles. Sickle 7 gold pieces. I will sell you both for 35 gold pieces.
Teak will just nod, and then she's going to, not used to really buying from shops all that often, she's going to fumble around with her coins, and she's going to kind of just drop probably like 40 gold, like, 'cause she's not gonna count them all out.
Okay.
And she'll drop 40 gold down.
Yeah, Londa starts like counting through them. And she only takes the 35 that she promised and looks at you. Too much gold. Only 35.
So Teak, take back.
Yes,
This?
5 gold pieces. Yours to take.
Teak then nods, and she picks up the gold pieces and she shoves them back into the depths, and then she gathers her new armor and her new sickle.
If the offer still stands, I'd appreciate it if you did what you could for 10 gold on the sword here.
Sure. I can do that. It might take some time, though.
How much time?
Maybe an hour or two. It's a large sword.
Right, I think we could come back for it.
She she looks at you and just kind of nods.
I'll
Is
look
that
to
a
the
yes
others.
then?
Yeah. Hand it over.
Yeah, she takes it and kind of looks at it for a second. You can see almost like teak with wood. She kind of holds it up to her nose and smells it a little bit. This sword has seen battle recently. That is good.
Yeah. So now, he says,
Maybe two. But yeah, about an hour or two.
alright, we'll be back. Thanks again.
Sure. Is that all you need?
I think so. Cinder? Teak?
Do Philia and Eric need thing?
They might, but
We'll
I
leave that
don't know
up to
what to
them.
get them.
Miss Londa. We're looking for a fellow named Robin.
Short, dark
Pardon
hair.
me. Named what now?
Robin.
R-O-B-E-R-N.
Ah, I see. Sorry, it's hard to understand. Your accent is quite thick.
Oh, well, sorry. But yes, as Gustav here was saying, we're looking for a fella named Robin.
Robin. Let me think. What's he do?
Not much from what we've gathered. Caused a bit of a fuss over at the Wyvern Spear estate. Hanging out with Susanna a lot. Was loitering around their stables. Has been seen in the theatre district a bunch.
And what does he look like?
He's got short, dark hair. I think he was sort of average height.
Short to dark hair. Anything else you can tell me?
Let me think. I think he carries a sword. A short sword.
Carries a sword. There are many people that fit the description such as that.
His name, I think it was Robin Dryad or something. Dryad.
The name does ring a bell. I am organizing a tournament. I think he may have entered.
Oh,
Did this tournament already happen, or is it about to?
It's yet to happen.
oh well then. What's the tournament about?
Oh, well, it is an underground sort of fighting tournament.
Like fighting to the death?
No, not to the death. Although it is not impossible.
So,
What?
do you,
Brawling?
oh, brawling? You mean like with fists and stuff? Or just fists?
Aye, fists.
Oh, well. What do you reckon, Gustav? Maybe we should enter the tournament?
Right, maybe.
Or Teak
But-
even? Gosh, she'd fucking kill him. Teak, you want to
I
fight
think-
some people?
I think Londa kind of leans over the table and like looks at at Teek's claws. I'm afraid claws like that would be considered weapons.
Oh,
You may have to trim those down if you'd like to fight, or you just not use them. It's not about killing, it's about a good time fighting.
right. Well, Teak, do you feel like fighting some stuff, some people?
Teak kind of looks confused, and she looks at her claws. She's never tried trim them before. Teak, kill him?
No,
Oh,
no, Teak.
No killing, no.
Then why Teak fight him?
I think it's a bad idea to have Teak enter. Not that she wouldn't be great, I just think a lot of bad things can happen. This
Yeah.
tournament, though, how would we go about finding more about it?
Well, it's run by me.
Right, so
What would you like to know?
when does it start? Is there an entry fee?
There is an entry fee. It starts tomorrow night.
How much is the entry fee?
The entry fee is 10 gold a head. And of course, you are welcome to place bets as the fights go on.
As this is going on, Teak is putting on the her new armor, and she is like very carefully putting on her new armor, and she's already like taking off her old armor, just like as
Just in
they're
the
talking.
middle of the shop.
Yes, in the middle of the shop.
I'm
lady.
completely ignoring it.
Yeah, the lady kind of looks over to Teak like, interesting.
What's in? Oh, Teak, not here.
10 gold, eh? Gustav, how much gold you got?
4.
Well, we only have 4 too. So we can enter up until
Teak
when?
have gold.
Think you can sponsor us, Teak?
Teak pay money, so you fight, but not kill.
Right. I think I'm our best bet here. No offense, Cinder, but the way you fight might not be considered entirely legal, right?
Well, you probably got a point there. But then again, the whole thing doesn't seem really legal. But
We don't need to win, we just need to go far enough to meet this robber.
No offense, sir, but you are wounded. Are you sure it's the best idea for you to be entering?
Wounded?
Wounded.
She looks down at your bandaged arm.
Right, I've sort of got the same condition as my friend here, sort of wave my head over to Teak. I'll just show the sort of pointed edges of the fingers.
You don't trim your nails either?
No.
Teak's gonna pipe in. Nails help me clear the dirt.
I see. Well, as long as you don't go stabbing anyone with your long nails.
Right, I'll wear a glove or something. I'm sort of looking around to see if there's like a gauntlet I can snag.
Yeah, I mean, there's like armor all over the place. You have to pay for it, but
I think if I wore one of those, it would be alright.
I don't see why not. But, well, probably have to be leather. Otherwise, the metal may give you an advantage.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, she like goes over and grabs one of these kind of like it's like what she uses to mount the metal plates to on like armor, and it's just like an underglove. And she's like, 1 gold piece, and you can have it.
Sounds good. Slide it over.
Yeah. And she slides this kind of, leather gauntlet over to you. Well then, are you entering? If that's the case.
Yeah, Teak, may I borrow 10 gold?
Teak has already dropped gold onto the counter.
Oh, brilliant.
Perfect.
She counted, for the sake of time, she counted right this time, miraculously.
Wonderful. Yeah, Londa kind of takes it and sets it aside in a different place than where she put your other gold. Well, all right then. What is your name?
Gustav.
Gustav what?
Just Gustav.
What do you mean, just Gustav?
Gustav, Smith.
I see. I suppose it doesn't truly matter. And she has like a kind of log that she reaches under and pulls out and starts writing some stuff down. Okay. I have you in here. Do you have any sort of name that you go by for tournaments and things like that?
The dirt.
Not really. Do we want to come up with one?
Teak thinks you should be called the tree, because Teak likes trees.
Gustav the Tree Smith?
We could, but maybe the name should be something that might get Robin's attention.
Like what exactly?
What if I went by Robin?
Gustav Robin Smith?
What mean trees don't get attention?
Well, I suppose it might not work anyway. Gustav Tree Smith it is.
Alright, Gustav the Tree Smith. Alright then. I have you in the books. Tomorrow night,
Alright.
around 9 o'clock, in the theatre district, there is an old abandoned playhouse. Underneath there, you'll find us.
Is there a password or anything?
Shouldn't be. If someone asks you for a password, that means they're probably trying to get something from you.
That's good to know.
Well then, is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I don't think so.
Can Teak leave this here? And she kind of kicks the leather armor she had taken off, like on the ground.
By all means, leave it here. I will take good care of it.
Teak nods, and then turns to look at Gustav.
Yeah, I'll pick it up to dust it off a bit and place it on the counter.
Thank you, Mr. the Tree.
You're welcome. I think we're good then. I'll be back for the sword.
Yeah, she gives you a stern nod. All right then. Well, best of luck to you.
Right, thanks. And to you. And I'll sort of awkwardly shuffle out.
Yeah. She kind of awkwardly stands there and watches you guys leave the shop before she takes your sword out back and starts working on it.
Hey, well, there you go. That wasn't too bad at all.
Right, it started like terribly right because we had no idea what we was doing. There was no discount, there was no special agreement. But then we found possibly the best lead ever on where Robin might be, and he can lead us to Susanna. Sort of accomplished way more than I thought we would.
Well, there you go. Hey.
Still pretty early though. Should we swing by the theatre district, see if we can find this place? Maybe ask around a bit, or would it be best to just wait till tomorrow?
Well,
Teak think you should practice putting on glove. Teak could never wear glove.
Well, I guess I'll slide it on.
It's kind of weird looking because your hand is essentially a gauntlet, so it's like stretched out and strange looking over your hand. You can see some of like the rigid parts of your new hand underneath of it. It just doesn't really hide much, but I mean, like it hides it like from the naked eye, but like it looks weird. It's strange looking.
I'll like try making a fist and like punching the air and then punching my hand, see if it holds up.
Yeah, it holds up. I mean, it's pretty thick cured leather.
Yeah, I think it'll work.
well, are we close to the theatre district from here?
Would Teak know? Can Teak check?
Yeah, you're not too terribly far.
Right, what?
We not far. We could stop by.
Sounds good to me. Lead the way, Teak.
Teak will go in the vague direction she remembers the theater district being.
Okay. Yeah, you guys head off towards the theater district with a plan to scout it out. Meanwhile, Philia and Eric, you guys are at the library of Farhelm. It's a grand, tall building, and as you guys enter, you can see there's like an old man in robes behind a little kind of circular counter in the middle of the room. He's not there to greet anyone or anything. It's just kind of everybody goes and does their own things in terms of the library. And there's a few floors of this library as you guys walk in, just riddled with books.
You said everyone just does their own thing in the library?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
How appropriate.
Yeah. I guess Philia and Eric aren't even alive anymore to enjoy the library.
Sorry, I just went Satan for a second. What happened?
Yeah. You guys have made your way to this kind of grand library in Farhelm.
To the receptionist at librarian.
Okay. So, I mean, as I said, there's a kind of like circular counter in the middle of the library where there's an old man in robes, kind of middle length white hair, kind of hunched over. But he doesn't pay you any mind when you guys enter.
What was the name of the god that you mentioned? I think Eric's just gonna walk up to the man. Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Hello.
Could you point me in the direction of the religious section?
Religious section, upstairs. You find it on the northern side of the building.
All right. Thank you very much. Do you have a map or anything?
A map? Sure. This is a library.
Right. Thank you. And then he'll walk off towards the religious section.
Sorry, as well as the religious section, do you know where the Arcana section would be?
Yeah. Arcana section is upstairs as well, on the southern wall. You'll find it in there.
And does this library have the arcane servants?
Pardon me?
Arcane servants to help find the books.
He just looks at you confused. What are you talking about?
Sorry, never mind. Might be just a regional thing. She's just gonna put her head down and walk the other way as if nothing happened.
Eric will follow off.
So yeah, looks very confused, and you guys walk away. What are you guys gonna search for? Are you splitting up in the library or what?
No, I'm just gonna make my way up to the religious section, but I'm gonna keep an eye out for other sections in case there's an alchemy section. He didn't want to ask the thing in case he got in trouble. I'm gonna look for an alchemy section.
Okay. I guess you can roll me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, my character sheet opened. Sweet. Come on, scroll.
What are you looking for, Philia?
Books on alternative life sources, as well as who's this weird-eyed creature that looked at me in my dreams and now it's saying that they own me.
Okay. Eric, where are you going first? You're looking for the alchemy section first? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
You don't find an alchemy section.
He's going to be very upset. Is there a forbidden section?
Maybe. I don't think this is Hogwarts, where they just have it labeled as the forbidden section that you can just walk into.
A shoddy section that people don't want to go to.
Looking for that beaded curtain.
This is all things that you would probably have to talk to the head librarian about, in terms of specialty books or restricted books or things like that. But I mean, you don't see any sort of shoddy section. This is a pretty well-run library, pretty nice, pretty well organized. I mean, you can see, probably if you're looking around pretty astutely, you can see there are some sections of the library that look emptier than others.
I might head over in that direction.
Okay. I mean, as you head over in this direction, you can see it just looks like things may have been shifted around. Some of the shelves are empty, out of place. Looks like things have been moved around.
He'll just keep searching. What does he see in this section, like book-wise?
More like your kind of random books, like, at the time, not many people are probably astute readers, so you probably find like some fictional novels here and things like that.
What kind of fictional novel?
Who the fuck knows, man? It depends on what you look at. I mean, you just
Any
see.
old tales, legends of sorts?
Are you looking through every book, or are you just like, are you
Yeah.
pulling books out and looking at titles, or are you just walking by the books?
He's being very thorough.
Okay, that's going to take you a great deal of time, so we'll come back to you. Philia, you are looking for
alternative life sources.
Alternative life sources in Arcana. And the Arcana section here is not very large, is the first thing that you notice. As you're perusing around, there's kind of the religion and divination sections are a bit larger and more fleshed out than the Arcana section. In terms of alternative life sources, you don't really find a great deal in the Arcana section.
Can I try the religious section?
Sure. Pretty much what you find through the kind of Arcana section is more of like, it speaks a little bit about necromancies and different things of that nature that are like false life and things like that. That's what you want, is the necromancy and false life?
No, sorry. I was just saying your mic got like hella like roughy and like really loud when you said the word that. So it's just like, that is what you got.
That's interesting.
Sorry, moving on.
But yeah, I mean, that's most of what you find in the Arcana section. As far as the religious section, you see a little bit more about like the divine miracles and the blessings of the gods that have brought back the chosen ones and things like that. But I mean, also within the religious section, they talk about the evils of the world and things like that. And you have a pretty high perception check. So I mean, like, you don't get specific details as far as this goes, but you find like pacts with demons and devils and things like that could in turn save someone from a darker fate. But it doesn't necessarily mention any sort of specifics, and of course, like most of the religious things in terms of the in terms of like the deities of the world, a lot of people associate, like Ashina's one of the evil gods, and you have these other kind of strange gods that can be affiliated with death and disease and things like that, and they're known to make, like, they accuse their servants of making deals to gain followers for their cause, essentially, because any sane person wouldn't do so normally. Things like that. The ills and evils of the world to watch out for and to never fall prey to. That's what the books warn of. So kind of general history lesson. Religion lesson. So I mean, that probably takes you some time looking through these books and kind of researching. You pull them out and like take them over to the tables and study some here and there. You don't get any really terribly specific details out of this sort of general section that really pertain to your specific ailment. I think you might have to find something a bit more specialized than that. So, yeah, that's about your adventure. As far as it goes for you, Eric, I mean, you're spending a lot of time kind of searching through this empty section. It just looks like some of like the leftover books and like some of the garbage and stuff like that that like no one really cares about, like Bard's tales of heroes and warriors and things like that they've like tried to get published and things like that sort. But nothing truly spectacular.
Wait,
No.
one more question.
Yes.
Ritual grounds. The thing that Philia always asks about while passing through anything. Did I see anything similar to a rituals grounds?
Probably through all of your perusings of the Arcana section and the Religion section, you learn tales of how this plane, the plane of this world and this being, has been closed off for millennia from the other worlds, and like they haven't seen the gods in however so long, and it used to be more common for the gods to come to this realm and things like that. But nothing specifically about ritual grounds or anything. Eric, after quite some time, you really come up with, I mean, you're not finding anything. You're looking at junk, essentially.
Eric's just gonna sigh, go over to the religious section.
Okay, eventually you go back over there and you find Philia there. What exactly are you trying to find?
The goddess of greed.
Okay. I mean, through your perusings, you look up specific things about the goddess of greed, tales of her like unending greed and things of that sort, coming in many forms and many natures. And they say, like, most evil this is what the tales say of the books, but it's like the evil dragons are descendants of Ashina, and that's why they thirst for money and wealth and things like that.
Are there any like references to her giving out a ring of some kind?
No.
Eric's gonna sigh again. This is useless. We're not making anything. We're not finding out anything. And then he's gonna go back to the reception.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are in there for a while, looking around, and eventually you get frustrated and make your way back to the receptionist, who's still just kind of sitting there. It looks like he's reading his own kind of book. It's this large, stocky book that looks like it weighs more than a small child. And when you approach him, he doesn't even bother to acknowledge you at first.
What are you reading there, sir?
What?
Oh, I just asked what you were reading.
Well, this is the Tales of the Gods.
Oh.
The teachings of the All-Father.
What does it say?
Well, it's something I like to brush up on every now and then. Makes me feel at peace, at home. You understand, Nordos?
I
You
understand.
brought law to this world for a reason. Sometimes in trying times, I read his religious text to help me steady myself, put me at ease. You know, the state of the world that it's in now, it's not easy.
What's wrong with the world? Sorry, I'm not very well versed in politics and religion.
Well, there's a famine and death and disease all around us. It's a trying time for many people.
Eric will just know. I don't know how to. Noticed that some of the books were missing in one of the sections.
Well, yeah, it's unfortunate. I like to collect as much as we can here, but the New Dawn have banned some unsacred texts.
Oh, unsacred texts? What do you mean?
What do you mean? Well, I mean, it's quite apparent, you know, the acts of the evils and things like that. Teachings of, you know, Shotan and Ashina and Bimuet.
But you, sir, you seem like a man
Where
of
did you get
knowledge.
here?
I'm here.
Patrick was following you. Billy was following you.
Okay.
You, sir, seem like a man of knowledge and wanting to read more books and read up on the world around you. Am I correct?
Well, it is my job, yes.
We learn from the past, we learn from other difficulties, and we learn from the unsacred and whatnot and what to do. I think that even if the pardon me saying, I don't want to insinuate anything, but if the New Dawn tries hiding away these books, I fear that they might do what they're trying not to, which is causing more unsacredness. I just want to touch up on what these books and teachings teach, and as a whole to gain a greater knowledge around the world. And I was wondering, do you know where we could find those books?
Roll me a diplomacy check. Not bad.
The old man kind of looks around and looks at you and he's like, you know, I don't agree with everything that the New Dawn does, but I understand. I personally don't believe in the banning of books, but sometimes people do bad things with knowledge, and that's just the way it is. If you're looking to find information like that, your best bet may be the Grand Library in Cairn. That would be the closest place.
Are you saying you don't hold any of the books?
I don't hold them. The New Dawn holds the books. I have no power here.
Right.
Thank you
I'm
so
just
much.
a humble librarian.
Well, humble or not, you have been a great instrumental help to us while we're trying to do research. Thank you very much.
Oh, what research are you doing? Maybe I could help you.
Currently, us two are within a non-disclosure agreement with some academics, but once we get all of our citations aligned, I'd be glad to share more with you.
Make me a bluff check.
Crap!
Yeah, some geezer doesn't have too much reason to suspect you. He's like, oh, wow, goodness, non-disclosure agreement. I mean, I understand that you can't say too much, but who is this for? Someone local? I'm always intrigued by people seeking deep knowledge.
I really wish I could say it. All I can tell you is it's trying to advance medical technology within the society, and we're trying to get more people on board, as well as trying to get the New Dawn on board. And what we're trying to do is at least get some religious texts from all around, trying to weigh the moral efficacy of the situation and working under like some more prominent religious ideals such as the All-Father.
Well, goodness. I don't think you'll be getting the New Dawn on board anytime soon. To be quite frank, medicinal technology is not of much use here with the power of the gods at hand. The divination is what guides all.
Yes, and I completely agree, but there are some people that are very needy within society that don't always get that pleasure, and what we're trying to do is bring everybody up through the system. But yes, divination has been a great staple of our like technology and our well-being, and we just want to help further the power of that.
Oh, I see. That's understandable, I guess. I don't think people truly understand the power of divination, and that is why the New Dawn banned all any sort of weird, strange alchemical books. And like I said, I don't necessarily agree. I think knowledge should be available to most people, but I do understand. What can really compare with the power of the gods? Nothing, truly.
I can't agree more.
Well,
thank you.
That's wonderful. Best of luck to you, kids.
Thank you so much. You have been an instrumental help, as Philly is going to go out to shake a hand.
Yeah, he reaches a frail old hand out and like gingerly shakes yours.
As Philia looks to Eric, shall we take our leave?
Eric's just going to turn to leave.
All right, you guys kind of make your way out of the library back into Farhome. What are you guys going to do now?
Go back to the inn.
Okay. So, you guys do quite a bit of research and don't necessarily find what you're looking for. You gain a little bit of knowledge, but nothing too substantial. And make your way back out into Farhome and towards the Iron Candle Inn. And while Gustav, Teak, and Cinder find themselves in the theater district trying to scout out this location, and that's where we'll end this week. Pick up there next week.
Woo!
Nice.
Yay!